October 30. Glenn from Tullamarine has jumped on, wants to talk some cricket. G'day, Glenn.
Yeah, I think it's really disappointing the way that Cricket Australia continually plays 50-over cricket at ridiculous times. Today we've got 3 50-over games happening, all starting at 10 o'clock in the morning on a school and work day. How exactly does Cricket Australia expect school kids to go? And it's not just that. It's the fact that New South Wales today, they're resting 3 test bowlers, and they're also resting Abbott, who's an ODI bowler. So, I mean, and it's not just in the domestic form of cricket. If you have a look at the last 3 one-day internationals in Melbourne, the first was against England.
Yep.
It was like 4 days after the T20 World Cup.
That was ridiculous.
England rested all their players. And then last year it was the West Indies, and of course we rested all our bowlers. So I'd love to say, I actually think that if they played international one-day cricket at the MCG and didn't rest anyone and played it at a sensible time, not on a Monday, we get 1 game this year, and again it's on a Monday. Why Monday? Why not a Friday or a Saturday? But I mean, this tactic that Cricket Australia have been using of just putting the games on at silly times, the 50-over games, this started 12 years ago when they played every single domestic 50-over game in Sydney. So they were playing Queensland and Tasmania against each other during the day, 10 o'clock start, and of course no one went. And then that is then justification to reduce the schedule even further. So to me, it's very clear. They're putting all their eggs in the BBL basket, and they're doing everything they can to kill the 50-over game. And then when the crowds don't go because it's on a Friday at 10 a.m, they say, oh, well, we tried and nobody went. Well, if you played the Melbourne Stars at the Junction Oval at 10 a.m. on a Friday, I guarantee you nobody would go either.
Is this just the issue? There's just too much cricket, though, Glenn, and it does get almost impossible to schedule everything at the best time, or is it more, as you say, the priorities are with T20?
Well, today they could have played at the MCG at 2:30, and I guarantee you they would have got 2 or 3 times at least more people. I've got 2 kids who are both really, really keen to go today, but they couldn't go because at 10 o'clock on a Friday they're at school. If it had been 2:30, we could have gone after school and watched, 70 or 80 overs of 100 overs. Instead, they miss out completely. I can't comprehend, why would you play at the Junction Oval for a start? The facilities are better at the MCG, and why would you start at 10, not 2:30?
No, it's a good point, Glenn.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's a really good point, and I remember last summer some callers having exactly the same issue. Glenn, I'll hand you back to John. Choice of prizes is all yours. It could be Club Mandalay, Signet Boost Power Bank, or a $50 voucher to spend at the Osborne Rooftop and Bar for the Bendigo Cup Day. Celebrations next Wednesday, October 30. I think the SEN track team's going to be down there doing a live broadcast on Bendigo Cup Day. Greg from South... No, off the 40 Winks temper. Jared says, couldn't agree more with the last caller, which was Glenn in Tullamarine. Looks like Cricket Australia are trying to kill the domestic one-day comp. And another one here. Most junior cricket in Melbourne is played on Friday nights. Very popular, so not sure they would get a great crowd at the MCG tonight. A Saturday Arvo, yes. It's another temper text. Just on the Shane Warne stand to us.